What's up, class? So, while I work on narrowing down the contestants for the base camp build contest, we're going to pick right back up with the No Mod Shop class. I have a quick and fun video for you today on how to build a modern-style entertainment center for your settlements in Fallout 4. You know, just starting back up with something short and sweet after my hiatus, baby steps, you know? This video was actually a request from one of my Patreons after seeing it in my Vault 42 build, so I'm happy to oblige. By the way, that's one of the perks the Student Council members get. You can make special requests for upcoming videos. And speaking of my Patreons, it's time to take a peek at this month's Wall of Fame. As you've probably seen in other videos, I feature the names of my amazing Patreon supporters on this here Wall of Fame. And here are my fantastic Patreons this month. I really appreciate your generosity and support. Every time someone joins, they get a little closer to being able to do YouTube full time. So check out the different perk tiers and look into joining if you haven't already. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and build the entertainment center in the student dorm here at my Jamaica Plain schoolhouse build, because why not have the hookup for parties and social gatherings, right? So we won't be taking a school bus ride, but follow me over there. All right, here we are. You guys probably have seen some of my videos on this. Still working on it, still trying to decide what's gonna go in the kitchen here. Gonna put in some dorm beds. In fact, I'm gonna build some bunk beds in a very unique way that you guys haven't seen before without using mods or the creation club. So stay tuned for a video on that. And I'm not sure if I've shown this off before, but I added stalls to the bathroom. So there you go. Okay, gosh, I'm surprised those things haven't fallen through the shelf. It's been a while since I've been back here, but anyway, let's get started. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just build the entertainment center right here, but I'm going to put it on a rug in case I want to move it around. So let's head over to decorations and just grab one of these large rugs. Should we do that one? I'll just do a normal one for now. Okay, and this way I can move this around anywhere I want. If I decide to make this the entertainment area, for example, instead of a kitchen, then that would work out perfectly. Okay, so let's get started. What we're going to do is we're going to start off with the base unit, which is, I believe, what I'm going to do, since I'm recreating this from the Vault 42 build. I'm going to use, let's see here, if I can remember where it is. I'm going to use the actual stereo unit that came with the Vault-Tec workshop. And let me just check and see if it's in this area. Here it is. Okay, so they call this a stereo, and it's fine. It works. It's a little boring to me. We're going to spice it up. So I'm going to put that down right there. And the next thing we're going to do is get out our speakers. So I'm going to put one there for now and one there. And then we're going to get our rugs out. Now we're going to do this primarily using the rug glitch. And the reason for that is because a lot of times when you're building these accoutrements to your buildings, you've already built the entire structure. So what you would have to do to use the pillar glitch is to go outside and find an area that's not going to group select everything, because we don't want to fall through the floor here, and then try to assemble it that way. But in a lot of cases, the rug glitch is the easiest way to go. Now, the rug glitch has been around for a while, and I'm not doing anything new here. But what I am doing in this video is going to show you some tips and tricks and the order that you want to place these things in so they finalize at just the right heights, and it all kind of works in concert with each other. Okay, so I usually try to put them on 2 rugs. That way I don't have to worry about it getting too close and hitting the red. Oops. Oh my gosh, so this is foundation here. Let me get out of here real quick. Okay, that was embarrassing. Fell through the floor, could get out, so I had to reload. But that's a great example of why the pillar glitch is not going to work in this situation. You don't want to fall through the floor. I actually have a crawl space under here that I use for all the wiring and underlighting and things like that. So, and also to raise it off the ground. You know, you guys have probably seen my double door video, you know, so this is the outside, raises it up off the ground so I didn't have to deal with puddles that came with the terrain. So let's do this again correctly. I'm going to select a rug. And what we're going to do is we're going to put this in at an angle. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to line it up with, you know, once again, just to recreate what I did in Vault 42, I'm going to line it up with the 4th slat over. Okay, see how there's 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can even slide it in a little bit more. Just about like that. Let's see, that looks good. All right, I may have to make some adjustments, but we're going to go ahead and pull the rug out. Perfect. Okay, I'm going to grab this rug, pull it over here, add another one. Then pop this speaker onto the rug. Whew, that was close. Uh-oh. There we go. Okay. And I'm going to put this one at an angle as well. 4th slat over. And I'm going to leave the rug in on this one just so I can make sure I get the same distance there. Push that back a little further. There we go. You don't want any of the cabinet showing through. Even a little bit, because when we pull the rug out, it'll pop into place. So I'm going to pull it back a little bit more. And that looks about even. Yep, okay. So, one adjustment here. I'm going to angle it a little bit more and push it back a little more. Okay, pull that rug out. It should just drop into place. Perfect. Okay. So now I'm going to take this rug and we're going to add the TV. And again, order makes the difference with these kind of things. That's why it's not as simple as just saying you just do it all with the rug glitch, you know? Otherwise, things will be popping up at different angles and covering each other up and stuff. So I think TVs are in furniture under miscellaneous. Now you can make these look junky if you want, but I'm using the newer Vault-Tec versions. We're going to get this TV. Has sort of a bigger display radius there, so it's going to look more like an entertainment center. And I'm going to slide that in to where, here, let me get a better angle so you can see it. All right, so I'm going to get it to where it's lined up, but I don't want that cover of the old stereo, the underlying stereo, to show through. So now I'm just going to pull it forward until we can no longer see that. And actually, before I do that, I'm going to make one more adjustment because I want you see that slot in the middle of those 2 buttons underneath the screen? Let me pull it a little closer here. That's where the holotapes go. So I want to be able to see that. So we're going to make one more adjustment here. And this is a technique that I showed off in my rug syncing video and then showed in a few more of my miscellaneous videos. But the way to prevent items from sinking down too far is to give them a little bit of artificial height before you pull the rug out. So the way that you can do that without using a floor tile is to use a stack of rugs. All right, so I'm gonna stack up a bunch of these rugs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Why not? We'll just use all the ones I have stored there. And we're going to pull this rug onto the top of this rug. Now, you have to have this rug in place, otherwise you won't be able to grab the bottommost rug. You can only grab the bottommost rug because that's what's going to move this entire stack. Oh no, we have a storm coming. All right, let me put this in place and then I'll go rest until we have some sunshine. So now we're going to do the same thing. I'm just going to pull a little closer. Line it up. That looks good. Pull it forward until I can't see the lid anymore. There we go. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to quick save. And then I'm going to go rest. And then we'll pull the rug out when I have some sunshine. All right, so give me a second here. I didn't even help at Overland Station, but they helped themselves. All right, so we're back. We have, I think it was sunshine, which is fine. And let's go ahead and pull this rug out and see if it drops correctly into place. All right, perfect. So you see what it did there? It actually popped upwards, and that's because it probably wanted to align itself with the bottom portion of this shelf. When you pull out the rugs from any object using the rug glitch, it's going to try to attach itself to the nearest border of a wire mesh. If we didn't have these rugs in place, it would drop to the ground, to the floor tile here. But since we had it elevated, it popped it up onto the bottom of this stereo wire mesh. So now I can just store all these rugs here. That worked out perfectly. All right, I'm going to leave this one, and we are going to add one of the final elements, and that is the front covering. And I believe that is... no, it's going to be under tables. So let's go to furniture. Yep, here we go. So it's this end table right here. Don't tell me it's going to rain again. Man, it rains too much in this game. All right, so what I'm going to do is actually... now, you can do this either way. If you want it facing forward, that's fine. That's fine. In fact, that might actually look kind of nice. So it's going to be completely up to you. The way I did it in the Vault 42 build was to spin it around to the back side so that I could decorate it a little bit. So let's pop it up onto this rug here. And then take this rug and move this right over here. All right, then we can slide it a little more appropriately into place. And what I want is a little bit of a shelf sticking out from the front, which is where I stored the holotapes. That's too much. Still just a smidge too much. There we go. Kind of wanted it a little bit even with the end of the speakers, so that'll be fine. Okay, now I'm going to pull this out. Perfect. And check it out. The cool thing is we can still move this whole thing on this rug. All right. So now from here, you got a couple of different options. All right. Here's what I did in the Vault 42 build. I think I added a neon exclamation point. Made it purple. Just to give it a little zing here. Yep. And then I proceeded to add some holotapes right here to the top shelf. But we're going to do a little bit more in this video if you want to stick around. I mean, that's the gist of it. So if you want to leave now, I totally understand. But here's some other cool little creative ideas for you. All right. So I'm going to take off this exclamation point just for the moment. And then we're going to go to the logic gates. And I'm going to pop a logic gate in here. Just to look like it has, you know, those RCA cable nodes to it. And let me see if I can fit that in there somehow. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you... I actually recorded a final result of this because sometimes it's hard to recreate things exactly the same way every time when you're recording live, so to speak. So I did manage to capture it. So I'll show you a quick snapshot of what that looks like finished. There you go. And then after I added the exclamation point back again, I went into decorations, vault, went to signs, and then I found this little screening sign at the very end here. And just added that to the front of this thing right there, just like that. Pretty cool. Okay, then another thing you can do if you want to actually make this the front of this shelf functional is that you can add a radio. Let's see, looks like we still have sunshine. I won't skip ahead just yet. So what we're going to do is get out a stack of rugs. And on this rug right here, what we're going to do is place... Might be in miscellaneous, could be in furniture too, but let's go ahead and check the end of the miscellaneous section. Under decoration. See, there's the regular radios. Okay. okay? But there's a nicer, cleaner radio at the end here. It came with the Vault-Tec workshop. Yep, this one right here. So I'm gonna put that on the end of the rug. I'm gonna turn it on just in case I have any difficulty reaching it later. And then I'm gonna add that stack of rugs to the end of this one. So let's do that real quick. Now I'm not gonna add all 8. I think I'll add maybe 5. That should be good. And then put this on top there. All right, so we're gonna get this right into place like that. Now, if it doesn't pop up, I'm gonna add more rugs. So this would be another good time to do a quick save. And let's make sure it pops up into the center or closer to the top at least. There we go. Perfect. Oh my gosh, that's perfect. All right. Love it when it works out. Okay, so let's take a look at it so far. That is really cool. All right, so you've got a radio in the middle of this front shelf here. You can stack holotapes like I did. I'll show you another quick shot of stacking the holotapes in my Vault 42 build. You can put games in there, you know, not in the TV, but like on the shelf as if, you know, this is a console to play video games. And we can decorate it a little further too. Just for the fun of it, we can add some, let's see here. You have Far Harbor and you've met the children of Adam, then you can get these bottle lanterns. We'll use, there's like small, medium, large, and extra large. So we'll use the medium, and we'll just put that right on the shelf there. You spin it around, you'll eventually get it to turn blue or whatever HUD color you're using. That's pretty nice. All right, very cool. And the cool thing is that all of this is still on the rug. So if I do decide that I want to put it back here, I can do that too. Might be a little crowded in there, but you guys get the idea. Could go back here too, but once again, that's a little crowded. It's meant for an open space, so its original location is probably best, but yeah. All right, class, that is how it's done. Now, obviously, there's many variations you can do with this. This is just a recreation of the one I did in Vault 42 as a special Patreon request. Hope you found it useful and gave you some cool ideas. I'll be back soon with another awesome lesson. Thanks for watching. Oh, and for all your support and kind comments in my last video on where I've been for the last couple of months. Nothing like a warm welcome back to get me going. See you guys soon. Happy building and class dismissed.